Wish TV is proud to honor teachers in Central Indiana.
She is an inspiration to all of us.
He's always smiling.
Who go above and beyond.
He's done so many things for so many people.
She's inspirational.
Making a difference.
He's always taught me to believe in myself and never get down on myself.
Everybody's biggest cheerleader.
And deserving of recognition for their outstanding efforts in education.
I love the people that I work with. And to know that I've made an impact on somebody's life, it is truly a great honor.
It's an honor. I love what I do, and the kids are the ones who make it work. I'm like just so taken aback because I love them so much. The fact that, they love me just as much just means a lot. Sorry, you're going to have to cut that part out.
And you are our winner.
Oh, thank you so much.
From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Golden Apple Awards podcast, sponsored by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender.
Welcome to the Golden Apple Podcast. We're extending the conversation after a super powerful surprise this month. I'm being punny here, but if you missed it, we honored Mr. Joe David Blastic. He truly is a superhero teacher in Indianapolis and is known as Super Mr. B. He specializes in helping elementary students who are struggling with certain subjects and works through Indianapolis Public Schools and is grant funded to teach at Trinity Christian School in Indy. His ability to help all students thrive truly is a superpower. So the Golden Apple surprise, it came and went so fast. So I brought Mr. Blastic back here onto the podcast.
Hi, I'm Bailey of Bailey Wood Mortgage Lender. Our founder and my dad, Mike Wood, understands the importance of family, which is why with our fast turn times, you can focus on your family and enjoying your new home. Bailey Wood has donated over $500,000 to local charities, schools, and our hometown heroes. When you use Bailey Wood, you're partnering with a local family and business that cares about your community.
Hey everybody, we have Mr. Blastic here to have a little bit of a conversation and more extended conversation since the Golden Apple. So Joe David, how are you doing? How are you feeling, especially after what a whirlwind this was for you, I'm sure?
Yes, it's been fantastic, really. It's been a bit humbling in some ways, though, but I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done. It's really, really made my day.
Well, you made our day. You're awesome. It was so much fun putting the video together. And you can see when you talk to the kids, they have such joy when they're talking about you. They really do love you. How did you get into all of this? How did you become this educator that is so wonderful?
Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of it has to do with the culture that has been created in my little room here. I've been here for 5 years, and one of the joys, I'm an IPS teacher who's placed at Trinity Christian. So I have taught the same kids. I've had the same kids for 5 years, and my fifth graders, I've known them for 5 years. And throughout that time, I've been able to cultivate strong relationships with them. And that's a big part of the culture that's in the room. And so let me try to explain how I've been thinking a lot about this. Mm-hmm. If I won the lottery tonight, I would come to school tomorrow. And that's just a fact. I would come here tomorrow because of the kids. Mm-hmm. And I have told them that. They know that's true.
Wow.
And because they know that's true, then they know they know I'm here for them. And that's really, it comes down to that personal relationship with those kids and knowing that because I've known them for so long that we all have good days and we all have bad days, but there's almost an unwritten rule between us. Whether it's a good day or bad day, you're getting my best. You're getting the best I can do right now. Sometimes that's fantastic. Sometimes it's less than fantastic. Mm-hmm. But the reciprocal is also true. I know that no matter what kind of day they're having, they're giving me their best. And when you have that trust, then you can really get some things done.
Yeah, one of your students told me he can feel the emotion that you're feeling. If you're happy, he's happy. And if you're feeling sad, he's feeling sad. I thought that really resonated. Yeah,
these kids are very important to me. And they know it. And because they know that, and I know it, it's just true. So they know that whatever I'm asking them to do, it's for their best interest.
You have an important job. I told you a little bit of background myself. I'm dyslexic, so I was one of those students that I couldn't read very well, and I had to have extra help. This is what you're doing. Explain your role and how you really are getting these students that might be discouraged, and why it's so important to get them where they need to be.
So when I was a kid, I couldn't read either. I mean, I was a poor reader, and I think that makes me in a good place to educate kids about it, because I totally understand what they're going through. I get it. And so what happened is I took a professional development at Kindor. I'm not, they're not telling me to say this or anything. At Kindor Learning with Jennifer Hasser. And I took one class with her and realized this is it. What she has going on, I get it. It really resonates with me. And the way that I teach it and the way that she teaches to teach it is the way that we start with a sound or a letter is we literally start with what is the mouth doing? We start with the sound first. And we have names for it, like a lip leaker would be the sound for F. And then a loud lip leaker would be V. And we talk about what the mouth is doing when we make that sound. And we explore that and we look for it in words before I even introduce the letter. And we're starting with this mouth formation idea. And then when you introduce the letter, they've already got the sound. Rather than holding up a card that says V says V, we're talking about what happens in the mouth before we even introduce the letter. And that really, really resonates with the kids. And then once we introduce the letter, we do it kinesthetically. So we might write that letter in shaving cream or sand, or we might write over a screen that's all bumpy with a crayon, So they're feeling this, they're connecting this movement with this mouth formation, which is just brilliant to me. And I've used that. I've taken a few of the classes. I have like one more to go before I'm certified. One other thing I want to say is that when we're taught the English language, we're taught it in a way that is just like, this is how it is, right? Oh yeah, C says, but oh, wait a minute, time out. It also says the F sound. Rather than backtracking later, you teach that all at once. You teach it, hey, this does some different things. That way, when they see it in life, when they're reading, they can decode these words much better. 95% of kids with dyslexia, if they are taught in a structured way, with a structured system, can overcome it. Now, I can't cure it, but you can overcome the difficulties. One other thing I want to say is that our language, words are written in a way that when you see them, the letter structures, the way the words are put together mean something. We're not taught this. For example, WR at the beginning of a word means to twist or to crinkle, like wreck. You wreck your car, you twisted it. Or I got an answer wrong. It's twisted. It's not right. A wrinkle is a twist.
That's
right?
Interesting.
It's extremely interesting. And this Kindor, this lady, Jennifer, she has really researched what part of the world these words come from and what these things mean. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. And for somebody like myself who struggles, even now, really, with reading, it's like, wow, I wish, someone would have taught me this. And the kids get it. You wouldn't think they would. You think that like kindergartners would have trouble. Man, they get it right away. It is absolutely a brilliant program. And I'm really excited to get to my next class, really.
That's amazing. And I love to hear that you're doing ongoing education through this and it's filtering down into your students. And then you also have the YouTube page. It sounds like you're teaching parents how to also teach this at home.
Yes. So the whole idea of the Facebook thing and the YouTube thing is for parental, so I can talk to them. You don't get to see your parents as much as you want to. And when I just blast a video out on Facebook and, here's what we're doing and here's how we say it and here's why we're doing it this way. I've seen some really, really, really neat things. And it just, day by day, adding a little bit more. And then you see this culmination, like right now, it's really neat. Like my little kindergartners are now getting into where they're reading passages. Mm-hmm. And it's so fun, because it's like, wow, all this work that they've done is really paying off. It's just neat.
It can really change a child's life trajectory because they get that confidence.
No question. Because I know what it feels like when they're doing round robin reading and they say, Joe David, read the next one. And I'm like, please, no, I don't want to do that, because I'm embarrassed, and attacking it immediately, and right away. And the kids are just brought through this program, and man, it's just a lot better. Mm-hmm.
It resonates with me as well, although it's ironic because I read a lot now for my job. But same situation, a lot of us our age growing up didn't have that interventionist that you are in the schools to step in and really help guide. And I think you're such an important part of this school and of IPS. And then it's really neat that you get to follow and be with these students for so many years. The pandemic probably has been a challenge, though.
Yeah.
How have you managed that?
Well, I did a lot of videos, so I already had the system set up, which was nice, right? The kids already knew where to go, and my lessons were right there, and I just taught it the same way. But when we finally came back into the classroom, I really had to go back and reteach most of it, because I wasn't there, to help them as much as they would be if they were right face to face. So it was difficult. Luckily, they let us take our masks off when we're doing like phonics and stuff, so I can see their mouth formations, and that hasn't gotten in the way of that too much. But, sometimes they leave them on, and you have to go through that. Can you pull your mask down, buddy? Because I can't hear you. Mm-hmm. But really, I think we've adapted quite well. I mean, as of right now, with this year, I feel like we haven't skipped a beat. I mean, it's just been right through. That first, 2 years ago, wow. It was a mess, but I think we're back on track now.
Good. As with the pandemic and it being difficult, a lot of teachers are stepping away. They're having trouble getting subs. They're having trouble convincing people this is a profession they want to be in because they're in situations they never expected to be in. What confidence, or how could you inspire other educators that it's worth doing?
I did not struggle with that. Thank goodness, because I'm just grateful that I didn't. Hi, sweetheart. I think about the kids. The kids are going through this too. And it's not just you. And yes, it has been really hard to find people to come into the classroom. And really it all goes back to that relationship with those students. It really is about, how are we going to do this together? Think about the kids, and what would you do if you weren't doing this? I mean, where would you go? That's what I think. There's nowhere else to go, and there's nowhere else where those kids are. You could go to a different school, try to find the grass is greener, but those kids aren't going to be there, and the grass is not greener. It's the same grass. You're just going to have to develop new relationships. Think about those students and how you guys can all get through these rough times together, because it's hard to find a sub right now. I mean, it's really hard, and specials teachers are getting pulled, and now the kids don't have specials, which adds an extra, takes away your prep time. It's a struggle. You just got to find that. You're going to get it, and you just be the best you can with what you got. You do the best you can, and then leave it go. Mm-hmm. Let it go. Do the best you can, and just get through it, because these days will get better.
Obviously, in your videos, if people view them, they'll see that you're a musician too. It's really neat how you kind of created some of those songs for the kids to learn math and other things. Tell me a little bit about your musical history. And then obviously you said you always wanted to be a teacher, but then that was a thought as well to be.
Well, I was in college to be a teacher, and then I saw people carrying around guitars and thought, hey, wait a minute, I can do that. So I switched over to guitar, and then I saw people doing music engineering and thought, hey, wait a minute, I can do that. And so my first degree was just, actually, I called my guitar instructor after I'd been out of school for about 5 years and said, can we make something out of that? He said, well, let me check. And they made it a general studies with a concentration in music, because I had a bunch of music that didn't add up to anything. And that, jack of all trades kind of thing carried on to, really for the first 20 years of my adult life. So I played music. I owned a recording studio for 5 years, played music, and did that for a long time until I started realizing, hey, this is a young man's game. I don't want to carry my stuff anymore. I'm kind of done with this, and thought, well, I'll go back to teaching. And the neat thing is that those little things I picked up along the way just kind of make for an interesting classroom experience. And I just, when I just be myself and do what I can do, it just translates real well. And it's really kind of cool because it's kind of a unique thing that the kids get to do. And I think they really enjoy that. They know, wait a minute, we're going to do something today,
Mm-hmm.
and this is kind of neat, the way it all came together.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about the way that kids learn. I know with my 3-year-old, she memorizes songs.
Yeah.
And
The neat thing is, I don't mean to be braggadocious or anything, but when I come up with an idea, it really hits me like that. I mean, it's just like, okay, I'll write a song that does this. One of my favorites is for antonyms. I created a character, my Auntie Nim. She's the opposite of me. Everything I say, she will disagree. You play that song twice and the kids got it. It's like, okay, great. And so we do little things like that. And it's just so easy for me to instill that in them. I don't have to spend 3 days trying to explain it. I just say, here's a song I wrote, guys. Mm-hmm. Let's make a video. Mm-hmm. So, and then when they make a video, what I do is I say, okay, here's the rules. The only rule is, it has to have antonyms. Go. And then they do it. They do all the work.
Yeah.
And they come up with the ideas. And then if it's something I can kind of make work with my limited video knowledge, I'll make it work. And if it's something like, a dinosaur comes and eats Mr. B, I'll say, hey, buddy, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. But I can make you disappear. How about we do that? And as long as they follow the rules and there's antonyms, then we make the video, and then, but they got to think through that. Okay, wait a minute. What's an antonym? How do I do this? And so really they're teaching themselves with just the rules of what we're doing.
I can say as a parent, again, I only have a 3-year-old and a baby, so they're still getting into the, starting out the school stuff, but it is inspiring to see your methods and how we can educate our kids and make it fun in the process. That was the thing every student kept saying. Fun. He's fun. He makes learning fun. And I think that's a key takeaway from all of this. And
look, they have to be here and I have to be here. I want to have fun too. I don't want to just sit up here and be bored.
Yeah.
So when I think of what we're going to do, I'm thinking, well, kind of what would they like, but what would I like too? Because I want to have fun too. And they know I'm having fun, which makes them have more fun. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm thinking of a project, I'm thinking, well, what would I want to do if I was 8 years old? And what do I want to do now? Mm-hmm. And then we all get together and do whatever we're going to do. And some projects don't hit. Some are misses. Some are, oh, sorry, guys. It wasn't fun. But, the kids know that I tried. Mm-hmm. I tried to make it fun and they appreciate it. Okay, we'll do the best we can. And here's one more thing I want to add, because they know I always try to make it as entertaining as possible. Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes we just got to learn our multiplication facts. And so I'll just tell them, hey, guys, for the next couple of weeks, we got to buckle down. We're not going to do any videos or anything. We just got to learn this. And I'm telling you, the kids know that I'm not just making them work. They know that hey, look, he's serious. We got to get this done. And the kids work so hard for me. I mean, and that's just one thing I'm just really grateful for. And that's not me. That's this culture that is in this little Trinity Christian school. They come in here and they just work their tails off. And I mean, as a teacher, nothing makes you more happy than when you look up and you see all the heads down and working, it's like, wow, that's rigor. That's commendable. I really appreciate that.
Miss Amy said you get on their level. And I think that is what you're doing there is so crucial.
Part of me is on their level. Part of me is still thinks that way. I want to have fun and being a musician for 25 years, there's not a lot of maturity that goes into that. I was able to stay a kid for 40 years, which was great, and I'm able to bring that with me because I still think like that. Like I got a 1-year-old son and I have no problem playing with him. I totally get what he's doing, and so it just kind of goes with my personality, which is a blessing. It's God given. And I'm not saying that like in a bragging way. Really, I'm bringing myself down a little bit. I don't do anything special except for be myself and use the gifts that I was given. Really, that's it. And it just happens to really work in the classroom.
I totally think it does too. You deserve this award. I know you're very humble about it. But what's been some of the reactions since the story aired a few days ago?
The funnest thing is the kids who I've taught before at other schools have reached out to me, and their parents have reached out to me saying, we remember you. We remember these things you do. My kids, I had one student's mom say, my kids still have the CDs you made, because I'd make CDs of my songs. And one of the funnest things was when you'd be the morning greeter outside, when the cars would roll up, and let their kids out, when they'd open the car door and you'd hear your songs, you'd be like, yes. And the parents are like, I wish you wouldn't do this. Please stop sending these home. That's really fun.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you deserve it all. I'm so glad that you have the former students reaching out as well. We try to do this every month for a different teacher. Anything that you want to leave maybe our next winner with? Any inspiration?
I do. First of all, sometimes teachers get a bad rap. Now, I'm going to say this. There are a lot. The 99% of the teachers teaching, their heart and souls are in that classroom, and they are working hard. You could give this award to multiple different people. And just know that when you send your kids to school, their teachers love them. They care about them. And every day, I thank Jesus, I really do, for putting me where I am, doing what I'm doing. Because that's the reason I'm here. Everything that I do here is not coming from me. It really isn't. I mean, it comes through me. It's just the gifts that I was born with. And teachers take their life experience and put it into the room. And the kids know. And they can tell when you're faking. And they can tell when you're not. And the teachers that really step above, they're the ones that the kids know. They're not there for a paycheck. They're there for those kids. And it cannot even be academics, I mean, the kids are in here all day long. I mean, they're in here in the morning before school. They're in here at recess. They're in here after school. And I know those kids. I know all the little dramas going on. I know all the ups and all the downs. And they know that I care. They know that I want to know. And the teachers that are excelling, that's how they are too. And there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch.
Well, thank you so much. It was truly a joy putting this story together about.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure for me, and I've been so humbled by the whole thing, and I can't thank everybody enough. It's been an absolutely humbling, reflective experience. I have to reflect back and say, okay, now I got to get better, because now everyone's going to even expect more, which is fine with me. So I just want to thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Bailey of Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. Our founder and my dad, Mike Wood, understands the importance of family, which is why with our fast turn times, you can focus on your family and enjoying your new home. Bailey Wood has donated over $500,000 to local charities, schools, and our hometown heroes. When you use Bailey Wood, you're partnering with a local family-run business that cares about your community.
Congratulations again, Mr. Blastic. I'm Hannah Mordeau from Wish TV, and every month we take your nominations for amazing Central Indiana teachers making a crucial difference in children's lives. We hear their stories and surprise one winning teacher in class along with our friends at Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. Every month the winner gets a Golden Apple Award trophy, a $500 cash prize, and a nomination video, all about their hard work. So if you know a teacher deserving of recognition, tell us their story. We encourage students, parents, colleagues, friends, anyone. Nominate teachers for their outstanding efforts in education. Send us some specifics too, so we really get to know them. Get all the details on how to nominate someone right now on wishtv.com. Then be sure to watch Wish TV every month to see the winning stories. Or subscribe to the Golden Apple Awards podcast right here on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The Wish TV Golden Apple Awards podcast, sponsored by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. Nominate a teacher and learn more at wishtv.com now. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast and discover even more great podcasts now on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.